Hello, I'm here. Was a bit waylaid by some joyous news. Just listening to my live stream. Seems my intro music's not working, but I'll fix that later. It's fine. Probably didn't turn it on or something. Who knows? Let me have a look. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? It's done. It's dusted. We don't need it anymore. Right, so here I am. So I'm doing my games jam. I need to take off reverb off because I've got myself talking in my ear and I don't need it right now. There we go. I should have it on stream. My nattering, because that is what I'm watching. Right, so I'm doing Games Jam and I have got some stuff to do. And to be fair, I've got quite a bit left to do, but I keep thinking I've got all that much stuff to do. So this here is my hub page for the character, and we are going to be making some assets for this. So basically I need to make some pins that'll go in and I can use those. But before I do that, I've made this over a bajillion layers. I need to really condense. Shit. I'm on smudge. But we only want whatever's already coloured. Need to go. Where are the other lines? Here they are. I'll pass it. I don't want to pass it anymore. I want to decolor them. So if I do this. Some grey, and so then they're not just pure black. I want them to like pure black. And then same with this layer. I can just then colour these in. Going back over that. Because I want these to be grey. I want a greyish colour, please. Let me get my green back, because this is meant to be green. Where's my pen, actually? Let's not use my mouse and use my pen. Makes it a little easier. I have now Right, so it's grayed out. I'll actually want that still to be yellow. There you go, that'll do. Gives it a bit more, bit of a different colour. Alright, so my plan for this. So I need to export this first. Let me take this off. Keep dinging it against the desk. There we go. So export. Den, because it is the den. I didn't actually export it, I actually just saved it as a critter file. There you go. Export, because you've got to tell it what you want to save it as. Which I want it as a JPEG. You can go in the art folder and it can be just labeled den again. And then, you know what? Basic den. That's what we'll do. And save it there. Export. I don't mess with any of those. We don't need to. So we'll switch over to Godot. And basically, this is what I currently have here. So if I find my file, I'll this over here. Go to the art folder and I go to basic den, make sure I've got background selected and I can drag and drop it. There you go. Bloop, and then it's in my assets. Right. What? Oh, I'm moving the entire game file, that's why. That's why. And just make sure I line it up. And if F6, it should on. But got some falling rocks. Because them rocks are actually meant to be points on this map. I did all right later, so it does work because I'm using a path tool. So I will make a quick thing. Just enlarging this slightly, just so then it's not a little bit bleed on all sides, so that I've not got like white things. There we go, that's fine. So we're all good there. All good. And then, so like I said, so I'm going to be making some markers here so then I can go into the little mini games. So I'm actually going to make the pointers first and then I'll do the programming. Because how I'm doing it, go here is I've got this path tool here, and basically I'm going to be mapping out with this path tool the map, and then basically my pointers should show up along the route is the goal. As far as I'm aware, because when I've done the test with the rocks literally will just follow this. I mean, I don't know if you can see it very well because of the den, but this green line is what they'll show up on. So I'm going to use that to map out the map I made. which is actually an area of Manchester. Is what I've done that over. Not one for one, but because the all this green and river thing isn't there. The river's actually from up here to down there, but so yes. So yes. Random things. Yeah. There you go, there's a bit of the map. I've changed things. See, there's the river. I made a bigger one. Mine's a bit cartoony though, so it's fine. And then I can get rid of all of this into one group. And then just call that basic den. Let's capitalize the B, because why not? I've done it to the D. So I'm going to make some assets. So what I'm going to do, I was thinking like circular. Well, to be fair, because it's a basic map, I was thinking of just making some pins. So pins pop up along the route, and then you can hover over the pin and it'll just tell you what's going on there. So let's make some pins. So I don't need that. So these will be very basic. So basically just be a color. Like a bit of drawing pin thing. I'll use a stick thing and a bit of black. I'll probably see most of this, so it doesn't really matter too much. But hey ho. And there we go, there's the pin. Do I just want it as a pin? So I'll put a piece of paper there as well, actually. So let's do another one. And then we'll get a Scrap piece of paper. Five pixels. And then we can get rid of some of this. Said get rid of, not add more. And a very light blue line. Too light. And then going back to 5. Make another line. Push, please. There we go. And then what we need on this lined bit of paper is what? Some chicken scratch. Oops, went too far. Went too far. I think I've just delete my border. Of course I did. Redo. Unfortunately, I went too far. These went too far this time. In true pauper hero fashion. That will show, will it? Layers. I have that all over because kind of need to be. No. Because I need to make it separate for this layer. Not part of that. Yeah, because if I made it part of that, then technically, even when it's not there, it would still have the shading, which I don't need it there. But I can. What? No, did I forget to turn the outline for the map back on? Oh. I accidentally deleted something. Darn nabbit. There it is. Found it. Never mind. Found it. Never mind. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Alright. So yes. So there'll be 3 of these. And I'm going to duplicate this again and again and again. Tool settings. So we're going to go to filter, adjustments, and the HSV. There's a shortcut for that, but I keep forgetting what it is. And we are not colorizing, but we are. So green one. Keeping that at 0. There we go. So we got red, green, and the last one, I don't know, blue maybe. So the shortcut is actually Control U. That works. There we go. I'm not going to be making multiple of these. I suppose I can make a few different ones. Let's have a look. Group those. Just level them notes. Group these. Call these pins. Let's call it note 1. And then if I duplicate, make another one. So note 2 will actually be a bit more to one side. Actually, let's delete that. Duplicate this. Call this one note 2. Move this along, deleting that. And then, if I get rid of that, still have a nice outline. And then I can black border. Give me a 4. Let's go 2 actually. I think I'm going to have the pins indicate what kind of job it is. So there's only 4 missions anyway. Go. And I'm actually going to update some of these because I need to update these highlights a little. A wee bit dull. There we go. Better. Still don't like this one's. Up. Down. Oops. There you go, I think that's better. Bit of orange. Makes it pop. And then, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually draw on the nuts, so I'm going to get rid of the chicken scratch. Stick a little drawing on there instead. Get rid of all this. So I've already done rock brick. What are the other ones I've got? Time. Yeah. Rescue. So I'm gonna. They don't need to be great because they're just little stupid post-its. It's residue from the from this thing. Okay, I'll get rid of that. There we go. There we go. All done. Got rid of. Right, I need one more note. Actually, I've got 4 missions because I've got attack, flight, rubble, and rock lift thing. Yeah. Note 3. So I need a 4 really. So I need to duplicate that because I still need another one. I need another coloured pin. Get rid of that. That. Keep the same piece of paper. Right, so let's see. What can we do with this one? Back here. Not 23. 23 is too big. 3 should be fine. Right, and then we take the note and place it somewhere different. Swivel it. And then have to redo the lines because they're all blurry. Curse you. Curse you, low poly. like this geezer who is map. Use the line again. There we go. Maybe these lines are a bit too thick, mind you. It could just be me. I'm actually going to replace this on the pin for a darker color because it's just not popping. I feel like it probably would be somewhat darker. There we go, that's better. Now, as for the doodle, delete that one. Note 3. And the doodle. So what have I done? I've done rock brick, rescue. Yeah. Fly, you fool! So we got fly, punch, lift, and then the last one is the monster attack. So I'm actually gonna get the OG. Duplicate the OG. I'm gonna do this. Yes. Gonna say that I did have some good news as I were coming onto stream. Well, depending on what you call good news. But the good news is that History's Strongest Disciple is apparently, according to what my mate has sent me, getting a it's getting a sequel. Which is stellar. Because it was a good manga. I really enjoyed the manga. The series was alright. I mean, they did an anime adaptation, but they never did it in dub. What was that? I don't think they did it in dub. I need to have a look. But, yeah, but they never actually translated the original manga. That never got translated over here, so... which is unfortunate. But, obviously you could find it online with some fan translations and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a good one. I do think people say it ended a bit abruptly right at the end, but it was fine. To me, anyway. Because at that point, he'd pretty much learned everything. It was just a case of he now needed to master everything. Because obviously it's martial arts, if you didn't know. So, yeah, by the end of the show, he'd literally learnt everything, and it's like just needed to master it. Though, I can see it getting heavily censored. Because it did not shy away from fan service. Yeah. So... So if I show you this image, so this is the see, there's the main old man, and there's the waifu, and yeah, all of his teachers. He doesn't use swords, but he does learn how to fight them from the sword misses. A ninja. Right. So, and this last one was the monster fire on it. So... There we go. So that's our 4 images. Wait a minute. There you go. Right, so that's 4 images that'll be placed on the map with some pins. So I'm going to open a new one, put them in there, and then I can export them from there. Yeah, I think that's the best method. Cool. So I've got file, new. Doesn't really matter. Just updating that for now. And then I go to this, group all of them together. Posts, Control C, Control V. Wow. That's how small they are. That's how big I generally draw. But no, it is really, really did it. Like that. Really did it. Which is a good thing because we don't want it really to be a massive file. So I'm going to do this image into selection, and then basically I can export like this. So no, don't need the background. Unlock, delete. Don't need random layer. That can delete. Get rid of the selection. Don't need that anymore. Right, so I've got these notes here. Let me just alter this one. E. So let's get this. That's along slightly. And go on here. B. Animal. Fix that. One's in the middle. Oh, needs moving over slightly. And I'm going to just get this. Delete that. Makes it a bit more solid. Sweet. Guess I'll probably need a rehash. Which is fine. Set that to 3. Paper's not meant to be transparent, is it? Because I didn't think it was. Might be from when it's moved, it's just... It's loosened the connections, everything. There we go. One new outfall. And with that, I can make. I need one more pin. So, what colour am I making this one? Yellow, maybe? This. I think yellow would be fine. Again, I'm just going to darken this. Not too bad. Right, now I've got my pins, so I will begin to export. So I'll export this one. I'll have this one with a red pin. Red attack, why not? So export. So PNGs. I do want them saved as PNGs. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to put notes. And then I'm going to put attack notes. Yeah, I'll have the green pin here. I didn't need to move it, I just wanted to move it across. Save. Nope, export. And this is the rescue note. Capital N on note. Rescue. Okay, and then we've got blue, which can be for the flight one. I think I can move both of these up. There we go. They'll do there. And export once more. This can be the flights note. And depending on time, we will also try and get done. And well, time we on. Well, we've got about an hour, and we'll be doing the programming side of it next. And then this one's yellow, apparently. Defend note. So, alright. So that's all of them. I can save this file, not in PNGs, but just in art. And I'm going to save this one as notes. And let's see. So yeah, so that should be it for these. So now I've got my plethora of notes done. I can now take them into Godot, and I could try and make them work in there too. So here's my map in Godot, and before I even try, I'm going to make a new scene. And these are just going to, this scene is going to be, where's me well, here it is, pen goes in that. This is going to be the note scene. Error, and I need all my notes bringing over. So that's background, character. Need another folder for assets. Make sure I'm on that, because if I'm not on that, then it doesn't go in. Notes. Drag and drop all of these in, because basically when I drag and drop these in, it'll go into whatever folder I'm currently actively on. So it's now went into my assets folder. And I can just drag these into my scene as so. And I'm going to have these. All the pins are right in the center. I believe that's where they'll be spawning. So if I just save this into, it's not really menu, is it? Scene, object scenes, there we go. Notes. Then I go to the hero's den over here, and I just need to change this from rubble pieces to my new one of notes. And then if I load that in, it should. Ba-doop. There we go. So it's loading in my little notes. Yay! It works. So obviously this isn't all I'm wanting these to do. I'm wanting it so when I hover over it, it'll basically tell me, oh, you can go and do this, and I only want one of each. So I don't want it to like bring up every single one like 3 times. Because I don't think people will be best pleased be doing this one in particular 3 times. So that loads that up. So on my new scene of notes, I will be having it so that when it auto loads, it will how am I doing it again? Let's have a bit of a think. So basically when it loads, it will randomly switch. Alright, the best way to do this is to have a look at my old project, Wandering Souls. Let's bring this one on here. Because basically in my hallway, no, I don't want a hallway, I want the traps. How did I set it up in traps? So basically I had it for function ready. So basically as soon as it comes into the scene, it will activate whatever's in here. So it decided how long my cooldown was for the timer. It set what trap it was from a range from 0 to 2. And then it activated the trap. So set trap. If selected trap, which is the variable, that's what this is changing. These variables. So selected trap is whatever it says. It grabs the tree and Q frees everything. Because that means 0 means that there is no trap. And if it didn't do that, then I activated my spike trap for 1. And else if trap 2 selected, which is the ob, which apparently I did not put the thingy, though I Q freed whatever the alternate one was, which is fine. So that means each So yeah, so I just needed to make a ready function. That shouldn't be too hard. I need to make it in here, so I need a new script. Notes. Yeah, it can just be called the notes. I don't want it scenes though. Where's it saved itself? Has it saved itself? Saved. Where'd the script go? Main down hero status. Test rule flying cast. Not in characters, not in autos. Where is this saved? Showing file system. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I'm just going to move this onto object scripts. Just so everything is nice and nicely placed. Good, good, good. So my ready script will literally just be so I need a variable for notes selected. And that's just going to equal 0 for now, and I can't have a space, so I can do that. It's not liking me. Oh yeah, because I tabbed it. It was tabbed. It was tabbed, didn't like that. So if not equals 0, I will make this one of these visible. So notes selected equals, and if range 0 to 3, because it's 0 to 4, 0 means nothing shows up. And then I can post it. That'll be my function, which I can get rid of this. Or post it. If not selected equals 0, dot q my brain has gone. How the freak am I spelling Q again? Q? Oh. God dang it. Just realized, did I get rid of my handy little side thing? Maybe that is far too long. Q. Q3. That's what I said in my other one, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. Didn't I do? Wait, no. I did not change that to. Now, if this is probably not the most optimal way to do it, but this is the way I've done it. I am definitely not the bestest scripter in the world with my lackluster skills, so that just needs to be equals. Ooh. Still needs the name involves the end, and then I will Q3 these guys. So defend. Light. Rescue. Oh yes. Dot invisible equals true. Means that it will show up. So, and then just go else. And just go else if. And I'm just gonna copy this actually. Got to do this like 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4. And then this becomes visible. This is Q3'd. This becomes visible. This is Q3'd. That's Q3'd. Becomes visible. All right. So if I go back to my hero's den and activate it, I should have ta-da! Whoa. Do it again. Only 4 of them this time, and again, only 4. Three. Ooh. Right. So I will need to use the game state script as well with this. And I'm going to add some stuff over this for visual effects. So all of these are going to have scripts as well. I'd only need to make it once and then duplicate it for each of them. To be fair, could hook it up with notes. So it's actually part of notes, and basically it will make visible the part I need. So if I go and add child and I add label, because label is the best thing in the world. To this label, I add child and I need a color. Perfect. And then I make sure that this is the same size as this. There we go. All right. So if I hide this, and I need to add an area to the area 2D. Mouse entered. Yes, that is the one that we need. That's child. We need collision. Roll shape 2D. nice easy circle. And then we go on node, we go on mouse entered onto notes. And then we go on show task. So yeah, show task, which will be another script, and then we'll, because we don't want to just, so which will be a function show task. Not to be fair. Yeah, we'll need, because we'll need to do two. In fact, no, we won't do a separate function. We'll have them all in the same function. So function if not selected equals 1. It's no point in doing 0 because 0 is irrelevant because it is no longer there. So if it's 1, which we currently have, then we'll just change this to attack task. Yeah, and give that activate its unique name. Bring that down here. And dot invincible equals true. And then we also go back to here and mouse exited notes. And it'd be pretty much a similar thing. Just false. There we go. And yeah. So if I go over to Heroes Den now and I go onto it, whoops, yeah, I added 6 to the spawn mob. And hopefully get the thing to spawn. So if I go over to here, nothing happens. Nothing spawns. Mouse is going over it, nothing's going. Nothing happens. Why does nothing happen again? I don't know. I don't know. Not this one. No. Go back to notes. On area 2D, mouse entered. Is it the wrong collision? Do I need a different collision for this? A child node, because I know there's a static. Let me have a look at the canvas groups, marker, tile map, sprites. Collision? I don't know your physics. Maybe 2D should really do it. Does it work on here? I don't know. So, because what am I saying? I'm saying... if attack... So, if no selected equals 1, attack visible... Attack task visible equals true. So that means it should become visible. If I say it's false, then it should become false. Meaning it becomes invisible. Hello. Font size can be 100. Definitely can't miss that. What color? Currently white, it seems. That's fine. Just get rid of the color rectangle. And delete node. Yes, it's in the way. So it's currently hidden. If you go into it, it should pop up. So even if I do it on here, crashes. Whoop whoop. Lovely. You gotta love that. Right, it's a bool. Do not equals. Well, this is the same, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's standalone line. Never declared. Yeah, they're fine. Honestly, not really what I'm wanting. And it's gone off my scripts. Can I get my scripts back? Ah, there we go. Scripts panel. That's what we wanted. So if I go to notes, so apparently this does not want to work. But why? Apparently making this visible is impossible because I've not spelt it right. So let's try again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working now. Hehehe. So if I try over this one, there we go, we immediately get one. It's not working here though. Why does it not work here? It brings it up. Unless... No, I can't think of a reason as to why. Because it works. It works on here. So on the notes page, it will show up. Alas, it does not show up on the other page. Why? So unless I... No, I don't really want to make it like several different ones. Don't want to make several scripts for the same thing. I want it all in one. Let's move it down here. It should show it. It should show it no matter where I put it. Even if it's on there. Because it'll be in frame when it spawns. So I'm wondering... So... Print... Hit... Print... Miss... Huh. Everything is showing hello. Hello, hello. Because I've not made it invisible, invisible. Let me shrink this. Ba-doop. Because I've got an RNG, it doesn't work. Let's take RNG off for a minute. Okay. So again, it is working there. Let's go back to the Hero's Den now that I took the RNG off. It's always going to be the same one. But the collision is no longer on. So it doesn't know that it's meant to be loading something. Where does my script send it. To be fair, it's fine. It will be the top, right? The newest one, because if it wasn't, I'd be behind things. So I don't know why it doesn't want to be visible. Like I said, I could technically do this another way. Though it's a bit of a farce. Could do it in hero status or game stat actually. No. Right, let's try. Control. Right, okay, let's take off the area 2D. Delete the area 2D. Delete these two. Well, delete this and this. And do this. Alright, there we go. So, what we're going to do is the label is going to be... no, we don't want the label. Can we do it with the notes? Notes. Add child to the notes. Line input field single line text panel texture rect. What if I did right, let's make a color rec. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yes, I do know. Right. Make this nice and long. Then we're going to rotate it. Then we're going to move it here. Then we're going to add another. So we're going to duplicate this. So let me add a container. Container is definitely not what I needed. Delete the container. We needed a not a canvas layer, that's not the thing that we need. Yeah, whatever, this will work. I won't bother with that. I'll add this to this. And then as child, we need a label, which I will refer to as a game size about 100. Say what? Let's go in the wrong direction. $50. Damn. Color. It's weird that it's so small. Yeah. Matters not currently. A child node. Need an area. 2D. I'm just gonna put this in here. A child node. Collision. Because the collision should work. This should all work. Right, so if we go on to this, entered. No, put it in the wrong place again. How will I ever be able to see it when it's all the way up there? Let's go to the den. I'll see. So it's currently visible because it should be. Because I got color ranked on. Why does that function not work? Let's take this if statement out and have it like that. Still nothing. Oh, so I did ask it to print hit. Let's have a look. So no. Why you no work? So it's not activating when it's placed into another one. Delete these. Don't think that's will work. Technically, it's not there to turn itself on. In theory. To be fair, I wouldn't know if it's working in that one anyway. No. It's not be. A conundrum I've hit. How can I? So not selected is my variable. These are all working as intended, so basically it will show me the notes. All I'm wanting it to do is bring up a box based on unless I add a child node button. Yes. Yes. So I add a button to each of them. Button pressed. Toggle. I'll do the other way around. On the attack dot toggle. I have got another one I did do a toggle in my previous project. So let's have a look at that one, and I can see what I did there and refresh my brain. Ooh, I think it was in options, was it not? Audio player. Oh. Oh, I think it would be in the main menu script, wouldn't it? Title screen. Was it? Yeah, options menu is right there. Sound toggle. Jump, L, slide. And stats, sound. Okay, here we go. Audio switch equals 0. Right. Right. Okay. So if tech equals false, hey there equals true, else it equals false. Why do you have an issue with this? If your text equals 0, don't think it does true and false statements maybe, then your text equals 1. Make a variable, your text and else if it is not else it becomes 0. Right. And then we want to have a process, so function process. If show text equals 1, so if your text equals 1, then we want to have this dot visible, else for now. Equals true. That be equals false. Right. So basically, process is always learning. It's always looking, make sure everything's active. What's wrong with you? You look fine. Post, that's what. No? Oh, is it because all of these? What's going on with function ready now? Ah. It's because I put them above it was showing the function ready line, but it wasn't the function ready line that was the issue. Is the line above, which was the show text line, that was the issue. Yeah, because this had the little, whatever you want to call them, semicolon, whatever they are. Colon. I know what I'm on about. Right. Let's see, what time are we on anyway? Right, we're pretty much done with the stream. Let's see if we can get this to somewhat work. Let's go back to the den. All this should be on. Let me just double check on here. What this is should be showing. So this should be showing once pressed. Toggle mode. Right. Still not showing it. Really does not want to show this. Hero stuff. Hmm. So I do think the toggle's working because you can see that it's there, but it's just not doing anything. Why does it not want to show the label? Just not wanting to make it visible. Right, this button's obviously not working. Oh, my script ain't working. Yep, scripts is just making it one. It's not making it one. It's just saying it is one. Now let's turn off the toggle, disconnect the toggle. Toggle's not worked for us. We'll go pressed. See if that works. Visible. If equals true, then this invisible equals false, else it equals true. Button pressed on. Why does it not want me to make this visible? That is my question. I can think of no reason as to why it will not work. Other than let's get rid of that. See, the bond's not working. It's not. Maybe I use the game status script. Variable show text equals 0. So this is an auto load. So this is always active. So it should always be looking at this for certain data. So if I have this one thingy and then I toggle if game state dot show text equals, let me just get rid of show text from here, 0, game state dot show text plus equals 1. Else game state dot show text minus equals 1. So the game state now showing us what's now looking after this. Show text, yeah. So it's now looking at this. So basically we will now go and make a function process which will if show if game state show text no We have a button prompt is what we want. So we want the button to kind of show it to us. So we've still got the button press on, yes. Ah, yeah, and then we use the process function to kind of get it to actually prompt it to work. Yeah, okay, I get what I'm doing. Process. Again, probably not the best way to do it, but it is a way. So if game states dot show text equals 1, dot visible equals true, else is com, else this equals false. Right, okay. Let's see. Right, so it is now working. It's just working for everything. Right, okay. Because they're all working on the same script. Though so we'll probably leave it there for now. It's definitely past my normal streaming time. And I will see you later. We managed to get a bit done here. There are a few more things I'm probably going to work on, I'm sure. There is my new video that is being released this Friday. It is the full gameplay of me playing the room. It's the room. It doesn't have any commentary on this one. The second one I've done, because I've done the second game, which I'm going to be releasing next month. That one does have some commentary, and you'll see why. Yeah. So with that, I will bid everyone farewell. So bye. 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 Bye.